How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on my 2019 Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk with the 3.2 V6 Pentastar. I'm going to be replacing the serpentine accessory drive belt on this vehicle. I'm going to show you guys how it's done. Let's jump right into it. So the reason I'm going to be changing my belt is because you can see it is starting to crack right there in the center. So we're going to get that changed out with our new one. And there is the Mopar part number for the replacement belt if you guys need it. First thing I'm going to do is remove the cap from our coolant reservoir. This will allow the cooling system to drain a little bit easier because we are going to have to drain it to remove the lower radiator hose from the water pump as it does travel through the belt path. Now under the vehicle, we've got it raised up in the air a little bit because we're going to be removing this tire for easy access to the fender liner on the passenger side. But first I'm going to remove this skid plate. This is just the front section. There's 7 13mm bolts that hold this on. The front 3 can just be loosened a bit because this skid plate is notched. You'll be able to slide it out once these 3 bolts in the front are loose and the 4 bolts in the back have been removed. So I'm going to pull all 4 of these out completely and loosen these in the front about halfway, and it'll allow me to slide the skid plate out. This also helps to leave these in for when you go to put the skid plate back on, that it gives you a way to hold the plate in place while you put the bolts in the back. So you're not juggling the plate on both ends and putting the bolts in. You can place them on these notches in the front, push the plate up, and then put the bolts in the back while the front bolts hold it up to the vehicle. Now that the skid plate is out of the way, we'll have access to our radiator drain valve, which is on the driver's side at the lower corner of the radiator. Get that loose, and then I'm gonna place a drain bucket underneath to catch the coolant that will leak out and go all over the place, because there is no way to attach a hose onto this radiator to direct the flow of the coolant being drained. Now while that cooling system is draining, I'm going to grab my 19mm socket and remove the passenger front wheel. Now I'm going to begin removing the passenger front fender liner. This liner is held in with some 8mm screws along the back and the front. This screw right here for the special fastener, as they call it, is a 7mm, and then we're going to have one 10mm bolt right here in the lower load path beam that holds the fender liner in place. Once those bolts are out of the way, we're going to come in and remove all of the push clips which hold the kind of inner portion of the fender liner to the body and to the back of the fender here. Once those are all out of the way, the fender liner can be easily removed from the vehicle. So our radiator has finished draining. our fender liner is removed, now we can go ahead and access our 2 clamps on the lower radiator hose and the heater hose coming off of the water pump. I moved our drain bucket over to here because even after draining the radiator, we are still gonna make somewhat of a mess by taking these 2 hoses off. These 2 hoses are still gonna be partially filled with coolant, as well as the engine block itself. So we're gonna get these 2 clamps removed and get these hoses off of here, and then we can tackle our belt, because as you can see, these hoses route inside the path of the belt. Sure, you can cut this to remove it, but how are you gonna get the next one on? So we have to remove these hoses, and then we'll release our tensioner up here to remove our old belt and get our new one installed. Alrighty, so our old belt has been removed from the vehicle, and here is the belt routing diagram that will be essential for installing our new belt. We're gonna install the belt on all of the pulleys except for the idler number 3, and then we're gonna release the tensioner in the clockwise direction. While the tensioner is being held loose, we're gonna slip the belt over the idler pulley number 3, and then we'll start putting the car back together. So our belt is installed, and verify that all pulleys are properly seated on, or the belt is properly seated onto all pulleys. And it looks like we are good to go. Now I'm gonna remove our rag here that I installed so to not contaminate the new belt with coolant dripping on it. And we'll get our 2 hoses reinstalled and start putting this thing back together and fill the cooling system. So the fender liner is reinstalled and our hoses are back on. Some of you who either have keen eyes to my prior videos or know these cars quite well know that there is one rivet here in the bottom of the front fascia which holds the front of the fender liner right here in place. You may have noticed I did not put it in. I intentionally left it out in this video because I will be removing the front bumper for some additional work in the very near future. So instead of having to get another rivet for immediately taking it out in about a day or two, I am not going to put it in for now, but I will be putting it back in and installing it properly once the fascia is removed and reinstalled, because we do have a little bit of work to fix back here. That's unrelated. This is all back together. Now it's time to lower the vehicle down, put our wheel back on, and vacuum fill the cooling system with fresh coolant. Cooling system is now full. We can go ahead and install our cap to our reservoir and then start the vehicle, let it complete a full thermal cycle, warm up and cool down, check for leaks, and recheck our reservoir level, and this job will be complete. So guys, we rechecked the coolant level, made sure that it is at the proper adjusted level after a full thermal cycle, reinstalled the skid plate, checked for leaks, and verified that the job was completed properly. As always, you guys, if you found this video helpful or interesting, or if you have a friend who also might, please feel free to like the video, share the video with a friend, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below if there's any further content you would like to see on the channel or new projects. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and have an awesome day.